So the next thing for us was Great Wall of China. It was a really idea of, okay, let's separate.
Coming to the Great Wall Walk in 1988, which actually resulted from the whole period of 90 days doing night sea crossing. Now, having been doing night sea crossing, which was for me a difficult task, being motionless, silent and fasting, I think our greatest wish was to walk. No more sitting, to walk, to move. And the Great Wall was ideal because it is like a railway system, where the train is on and just follows the rails.
And we had the first idea we will walk and merit on the Great Wall. But after 8 years, finally Chinese give us permission. This was actually ending our relationship. But it's very difficult for us to give up anything. We were saying, okay, let's then walk towards each other and let's say goodbye.
And between Marina and me was no communication. But we met one day before departure to either ends of the wall. And we didn't talk. We only said good luck.
This was probably the most dramatic goodbye. You know, people write each other letters or make phone calls, but they don't say goodbye that way, walking these kilometers and kilometers through this endless China, Inner Mongolia, Gobi Desert, Yellow Sea, and so on. But we did.
The question was, should we start in the middle, back to back, and walk away from each other? We were already in that mood. Or we fix a point in the middle of the wall. We walked from left and right, from east and west, towards that point, and there we meet. But it is not possible. It is possible, but it wouldn't be a good idea, because one progresses faster than the other, and maybe the person who arrives first at the fixed point has to wait there a week or 2 or 3, which is not a good idea. And then we said, okay, we start the same time, the same day. We keep on walking till we meet. And that was eventually the idea, and that's what we did.
So when I started walking the Great Wall of China, it was so hard for me. Because, first of all, I have to walk every day, you know, around close to 20 kilometers, you know, that we can catch this whole distance. And in the beginning, pain everywhere. But once you get the strength, you understand the beauty of nature, and you understand this connection that we are experiencing something so tremendously unique and different than anybody else in the world. Nobody ever walked the Great Wall of China, and we had this possibility to do it.
We didn't train before, you know, we didn't train walking for long distances, but I got so in tune with the earth, with my body, and which was a much greater sensation. I even had no idea or did not speculate about a meeting as such. Maybe the ribbon between us, the red thread between us was already cut before we started, you see. So at the time I walked, I had no desires. I had no flashbacks about the past life together and work together. I was totally in tune with the locomotive motion of walking, which is, I think, one of the greatest exercises, not running, but walking. People run because they sit the whole day behind a computer, they have no time to walk. But walking is, to my opinion, the most beautiful exercise you can do. Eventually, the place we met is an incredible place. It is a mountainous wreck like this, and over the whole edge of the mountain there are white walls with about 60 or 90 little temples, Chinese temples. And Marina came from the east, and I walked from the west, and on this incredible ridge of amazing, beautiful location, and there we met.
was so painful, the whole thing, because not just walking the Chinese wall towards the end, but also two of us, first was difficult to admit that our relation is falling apart, but then saying goodbye is saying goodbye to our collaboration work and finding yourself in a kind of emptiness. Because I was at that time, I finished the Great Wall of China, I was 40, and I didn't have my work anymore because all work was with Ulay. That was just so frightening. It was not frightening as much as leaving somebody you love, but also not having anywhere to go back to. Nothing. It was just, everything was gone. Wow. It was like you reach really dead end. And for me, I was depressed. I didn't know how to work, and I have to go back to something that to start all over again. And start over again was not easy. Being 40, I had this 40 middle life crisis, huge one, and to get saying like, oh my God, how am I going to survive that?
And after 88, we split. We had nothing to do with each other. We didn't talk, we didn't meet, we didn't work together. And of course, when we had split, it is like a person has died. It's like a small death in yourself. And to cope with this was very, very, very difficult. I mean, you try to find ways to fill that gap, to fill the dead with new life. And I tried this, but for the time being, I stopped doing performance at all. No communication. I didn't care about her. She didn't care about me, I guess. So the carelessness was really a separating kind of a issue.
And whatever comes, sometimes is great, sometimes is not, but hurts so much when it's not. And I think most of us, we went to real heaven and hell all together.